Good morning. Gonna set up a test. So we want whole FIFO to happen on a FIFO within that temp directory, and then we will send it information and ask it to return chunks of files that we put in that directory. So in this case, let's see, full FIFO create. I have to give it a FIFO path. Dot join. I think I had been calling it what? Mutation of FIFO. Something like that. That returns a path buff. Great. And the mutation sender. Now with this, we have to give it a number. Say 1 at the moment. And it wants a sender, so we give it TX. It is async. This needs to be an async test. With Tokyo test, do I even have that? No. Ideally, this would be in its own little task. So we'll spawn. Okay. Now, how are we going to test this? We could send a mutation, see the error. Because in theory, this should fail. We should see some sort of failure if this happens, because there is no database in that directory. FIFO listener. Actually, that should be fine. That should be fine. So at this point, we would need to open the FIFO. How do we know that it's ready? We have to create the FIFO, and then they listen. See, we could split this out. Kind of the setup, the run. Or we just wait for the file to exist. Hope to get a result here. I want to see, like, when the result is okay. I don't really care what it is. Yes, of course, of course. But Write that into the FIFO. I think I ended up using some other mechanism in Tokyo. It's like a standard Tokyo net. It's like Unix stream or something. Hi. Yeah. I have open options new with, see, open receiver. That's what I did before. Uh, do they have a open sender? Let's look at the documentation on that. Nice. There's a open sender. No. I think that I think we're going to run into an issue where um, it hangs because it's waiting. So it'll create the FIFO, but it'll wait till both sides are available. So it'll get to this point. It'll open the receiver. Okay, then our other task, come over here, open the sender. See, now we send. What do we do with the FIFO file? So we open sender. Hit sender back. We try right. Oh, wait. Doesn't have this standard file system file. Okay. And then we just write to it using this. Okay. We should probably use that. And for read, that's being used on the other side. So our FIFO file can into blocking file descriptor. Interesting. It's interesting that this end is kind of on its own over in Tokyo. The read here is async. It's just an async function. And the write is over in the VFS side. It's not async. Okay, that's fine. But into, and what's a non-blocking FD? I think this is more accurate. That returns a result. Okay. So we have our file. We're going to not do this. Oh, kind of. Let's continue to do that. That's what we expect to come out. Right. We will write to the FIFO file. Now we need to pass some of the other information, start, length, salts. Okay. Well, let's see. BFS lib. Where do we open this mutation FIFO? Look at the settings. Check its file type. Let's just do this instead. Okay, so we write to the FIFO, and we expect to receive something in the TX, RX. So it's RX dot. Really? DB mutation doesn't. It's in data plane. It failed. Interesting. Not found. Huh. Fascinating. We loop and break if it's found. Then we open it. Slave. Okay, that seems fine. FIFO. A such file or directory. Oh, but if it's false, so our check here is not waiting long enough. Let's see, really we want to wait until it is okay true. Hmm. Okay. It sits there and it sits there. That's going to happen all the time. Let's change this to like 1,000 milliseconds. And our poll FIFO. Let's see what's happening. A waiting message on the channel. Interesting. Did I? Let's see. We did do a write. That should be enough. Does it exist? About to be create FIFO. FIFO created. Does it exist again? Opening test pipe. Sending data to pipe. And that succeeds. Oh, interesting. Are we waiting until there's 2 messages? Just out of curiosity, let's do this one more time. I know. Receiver, receive. And we're awaiting that, yes? Yes, we're awaiting it. Should return an option. Hmm. Let's check the other end. Full FIFO. Listener. So we read from the file. Read result and then send the mutation. And we'll see. It did. What does this say? It's done first. Oh, wait, because first one is here, second one's here. File created, waiting. Send data. The read is done. Start waiting the read again. That makes sense. Sending, waiting, sending and waiting. Sure. Now, did we see that? Yeah, and it goes back around to this end. Waiting for message on channel, though. Never completes. Why? It's just sitting there waiting. This is the single-threaded runtime. But that shouldn't matter here, should it? Receive, await. We do basically a file system write. So this is blocking the thread. Once that write's done, it's back in the Tokyo executor. Let's change the flavor. I'm grasping at straws at the moment. See if that does anything. Channel. RX and TX. Okay, pass the right ones through. TX. All right. So had received compiler error otherwise. Waiting message on channel. Boom. It's right there. RX receive await. Receive. Send. Receive. Receive await. I am invoking the function, yes? Okay. It's not been dropped. We would get a none back. And sender. We await this as well. Maybe there was an error. Let's see. Pull FIFO, unwrap. Now we're not seeing anything here. Let result equals this. Oops. There we go. No error. Oh, goodness. I thought this was going to be an easy one this morning. Um, okay, so things that we know. The write was received. Waiting for DB mutation read, and it finished. So the read on the FIFO finished. Sending that mutation. We don't know if that finished. Actually, we do because it looped around. It looped back to this one. Here, for fun, let's say we have two different tasks happening. We have task A and task B. This is B. get into the listener. Okay. Turn arrow. Okay, that's fine. Writing message on channel. Yep. And then the other one does the send. Is there an ordering problem? We're sending the data, but we're not actively receiving. I don't think that's an issue. You don't have to have something on the other side of a channel just awaiting to receive it, to receive a message. So this didn't bail out, it looped. So it did send the mutation. Let's see what the mutation is that is sent. Might as well. See, I think this is fine. Yeah, we know that it received it. There it is. Okay. So if that's not the error, then there's an error in my test. Feels like it's not waking up. Right, this receive here just it's not doing it. I wonder if it's due to this right here. Is this right? Does FIFO vectored, right vectored? And are we getting into a situation where Tokyo is not able to await on this? It's unlikely, highly unlikely. What else could it be? Could be that there's TX and RX are disconnected somehow. Love the thought that we have async closures now. Um, let's say I do this before. This thing's not going to finish. I actually have to drop something to make that finish. For fun, tx.send expected. If we do that, awaiting message on channel. Oh, hold on a sec. Wait, we don't actually. Maybe it's waiting here. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Yes. I just didn't have enough. My coding only rusts before sunrise. I tend to, yeah. I imagine that later in this project we'll see some web development, because this is really the foundation for some web tech. Oh, you started studying Rust. Welcome. Honestly, you like, well, I'd expect you to be honest regardless. Yeah. Wait, okay. So it wasn't yeah, it was this that we were awaiting shutdown on. Drop RX. Then it should finish up. Ah, you're doing just fine. Wait, handle shutdown. Okay. So what would cause it to? Do we have to also drop the FIFO file? Close this end of it. What other languages do you know? Programming languages. I don't know how to shut this down. All FIFO. 0. See, I thought we would just drop the receiver. Java, Python, and a little bit of C, C++. Java's your main language. Cool. So look at our listener. I think I have to send another message to get it to shut down. Or let's say handle dot. Can we cancel the handle? Join handle. Oh, I love TUI. TUI. Yeah. No. Abort. Now, do we get a result from that? No, it just references self. Oh, so we can just not do anything there and it should clean up. How much time do I stream usually? Um, it's maybe an hour, 2 hours before work. It's not actually that long. So, okay, one test pass, 0 failed. Let's clean up our bits here. Yeah, that looks good. Yep. After streaming, I go and I do my work for the day. Okay. Got a little bit more test coverage. Where am I working? I don't talk about where I work. I don't. Who am I? Everything about me. I'm an internet person. Um, it's not hard to find info about me. However, um, part of my agreement with work about streaming is that I don't talk about work while streaming. Yeah, yeah, I'm a programmer by trade, so okay. Well, this I think is good. Man, you get a lot of energy. Let's see, we're not grabbing this. You have to realize you know, I've been awake for all of, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours now. I haven't even had coffee. I'm getting some like really hyped up vibes here. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a lot of energy for me first thing in the morning. Do I have any hobbies after hours? Um, yeah, I do. Um, so I like to do woodworking and metalworking. So I'm also a bit of a welder, and I like to do like to work on the house. Last summer, I actually rebuilt the deck on the house. Oh, your bet is that I play some instrument. So yes, I also play the double bass currently, stand-up bass. So you weren't totally off. We just hadn't gone into that side of the equation. I'm actually a woodwind player, but I haven't played any of the woodwinds in years. So I still have my saxophone and clarinet, um, but I have played baritone sax, alto sax, clarinet, and bassoon. Bassoon is crazy. Bassoon is just so crazy. Very fun though. Miguel America. Miguel America. How you doing, man? It's been a while. Okay, this test is done. Now for funsies, I'm going to kick off well test coverage. This thing takes forever. Okay, what else do we need? Test coverage on. Data plane. TX. So we got that. See, FIFO we just interacted with. So it creates the FIFO. This is more of an info. I like coming back and looking at these. So I can adjust some of this. How's it going? Going pretty well. Pretty well. Just getting prepped to do a bit more testing, reviewing some of the code that's been written. See, like what is this? Receiver. Okay. Some singer in a blues band. No. Yeah, no. And the voice really only kind of settled on me in the past, I'd say 5 years. Like it wasn't until I hit, okay, I'm gonna kind of, and like late 30s. I'm in my 40s now, but yeah, thank you for the compliments. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's be more precise here. Open receiver will block till data is added to the FIFO file. Yeah, there we go. Writing end has been closed. What does this mean? So we get a response back of the kind of the error for the read is that the other end closed the pipe. We should reopen. Okay, so it's a named pipe. Let's look at DB changes. Write ahead logging. So there's a lot of code in here. And we do have a little bit of testing. Not much. I would like a lot more testing. When people ask about test coverage and database replication systems, they like to have that number pretty darn high. So that, and given that it's kind of a one-man band here, having this sort of test coverage does enable me to move faster later. Okay. Let's see what we have in here that we can test. What is that? Let's do a little cleanup. So we have wall log IDs. Hmm. I suspect things like display would never get tested. This song is too repetitive. There we go. Oh, music is nice today. Thank you. I hope I didn't just change off of a song that you like. That one was just a little too, I mean, it was building on the same pattern, just kind of growing, which valid musical concept. But sometimes it just kind of grates on my subconscious. I like that song up until that point. All right, now, in this case, we've got some wall files, and we should probably test the heck out of this guy and break it down into smaller pieces, test those pieces. Um, Particularly these three elements could be some other type because their state has to be kept in sync. And I think we could do that with some new type. That would be pretty nice. And quite frankly, we could call it like wall files state. We don't, it doesn't have to be very creative. We could rename things later. Ooh. And the test coverage report just finished. Ta-da. So some of these are green, some are less green. But let's look in data plane TX. Right, DB changes 0. Part of why I'm looking at this. Log 11%. Um, this here we just added because of the mod here. Yeah. A lot of the error handling is never actually tested. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So I get that. We never had a chance to test that error. Let's take a step back. FIFO mod. Let's see here. How do we test that? We just looked at the code too. We could close the file. I thought I tried that by doing a drop, but that just goes into a loop. Um, so the only way would be to have, I goodness, I don't know. How do we get a read error? IO result. So this is like really hard exception handling here. How do we inject an error into standard IO read? Not sure on that. So some of this, I do think I'm going to have to um, basically add some sort of layer of abstraction so that I can inject faults into this. All right. I'm not going to check the errors there at the moment. At least we have some improved test coverage. FIFO now has some, which is nice. Yep. See, it's the errors again. So at least we have some happy path test coverage. We were just looking at this one, which is pretty bare. So a bunch of zeros. Lots and lots of zeros. Where's our ones? We have a very small amount, okay, of test coverage. I think if we abstract out some of this, that'll give us a better design around this. And we can test the state bit separate. Struct wall files state. What is it though? Active files that are being read. It's kind of a lookup. Wall files lookup. Hmm. What on that? Just a default? That should work. Those go away. Okay. Got not that many, actually. Remove wall log. Okay, register wall log. Basically, things that have to manage multiple pieces of the state together. I want to lift up. So let's impl that. Sometimes I feel so lazy when I do that. Let's pull these up. Okay. Oh, did the wrong one. What else? Okay. So in this case, we're checking to see if it contains the key and return a reference to it. Okay, we'll leave that alone for a minute. Here. We insert and get a reference to it. What was it? Look up. Have in some of these, right? Like remove files. Why not just have like a remove all, remove with some iterator? Result path. Just one more scan. Thought I missed something. Okay. Nope. So if it contains a key, what is this? So I want to do this up above. And this, oops, did I pass it? I did. What sort of function is this? This is kind of a, something that returns an optional mutable reference to this thing. The phrasing is a little weird. I'm going to just plow through the naming and come back and rename it later. Get log mutably. We want to have a mutable self and then some sort of ID, which is wall log ID. I'll return an option to a mutable reference of a wall log. I think that's what this is doing. Right, where did I remove that? Hold on. Oh, it's right here. Good. I thought I had deleted that and I wanted to make sure that I didn't. If let's hmm, self.lookup dot mismatch types. Oh, let's fix this. Why did we do it this way? Like, why not just like a self dot wall logs dot immutable? Like, isn't that it? Are we going to have like lifetime borrow issues? Hey, Alexander, how are you? Oh, you're borrowing in the F. Immutable borrow followed by immutable borrow. Yes. Good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I'm suspicious that here we'll have a mutable borrow. So we'll have this mutable borrow with this here, and then 'cause I wouldn't have done that pattern if it wasn't, if I didn't have a reason. So I suspect here, and then these elements down here will start to complain. Like in this case, we could add a wall log. Okay. What about these though? Self to salt one to path. The goal of this whole block here, let's look at the context. We're checking to see if we have a previous record of this. Okay. If there was not a pre-existing path, index and check again. Okay. So indexing is expensive. So we're trying to avoid that as much as possible. This is a file system scan. Check we know about salt one, then validate both sides. So now, what does index files do? Okay, this is doing most of the file system work. Yeah. So I don't want to pull that into it. Possible path. So if we know about a path, path to validity, so we get the previous one. We set it here. And then if we have a path, create a new wall log and save it, returning a mutable reference to it. Interesting. See, I thought we would be like going from one to the other, like oh yes, and the try again. Oof. Oh. I'll do 2 attempts at this because it's possible that a file is actually being renamed as this is happening. I would like to pull this out. See, parts of this anyways. It's a little tangled with the file indexing. So then we have this path that we update. What is handled rotated wall ID? Yeah, this actually should be part of lookup. All right. Are we replicated yet? Sergeant Pepper, welcome. Not yet. We're going back and adding a little bit of testing because we need some testing, you know. This actually moves up into the other. Okay. Get rid of that. Now, in this case, lookup is just self. Okay. Nice. Okay. Self.lookup. Okay, I'm staring at this too long. I want to look at something else for a moment. Index files. This is all of the file system bits um, that I do not want in this new data structure. So I'm happy to have this as it is. Let's see, we want the current set of files. Hey, Zenacron, how are you? It's funny, I've developed this habit of looking at the time when you say hello or howdy, um, because it's usually towards the end of my stream. So, yeah, a 10-minute warning, Zenacron's here. Um, how you doing, man? Happy Wednesday. That's all good, man. All right. Ah, you're usually stuck in stand-up meetings right after lunch. Yeah. Current files. Current. mm, Current paths. Let's just say file paths. Could return an iterator, right? At this point, it's a hash set. Iterator. Oh, what is it? How do we do that? I thought we could do that now. But this, yeah, this is. Oh, I forgot what it was. What is that? That's into iterator and pull. See, I don't like this. I know it wants the other one too, but didn't this change recently? Rust log return pull iterator. I'm probably thinking of something else. That's it. Oh, it's item. Aren't they always refs to paths? Um, they are. Here. Okay. No, this. Okay, so we want to. Actually, do I care that it's a reference to a path cloth? I don't think I do. Select. So I'm just trying to remove the ones that we don't care about. References are cheaper than cloning. Oh, improvements already. Haven't written Rust in so long. And, you know, okay. So in this case, we want to have a remove on that. Oh, I'm on the wrong object. Undo, 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 undo. Self.lookup dot remove. Wait, what was this before? Yep, okay, yeah, we did the collect and then here. This whole thing should be part of remove. So remove path. Um, why is this async? That should not be async. Okay. Oh, so much better. Okay. Path buff. Remove wall log. Okay. Oh, that's right. We actually don't need to return anything. What would we return? The wall log? We would return an option to a wall log. You know what? Let's. Can I? No. This is more of a map, isn't it? A match. Map. Map is fine. It doesn't actually return that. There we go. However, we can make this even better. id.map. There we go. Oh, option. Flatten that. There we go. Yes. Okay. Here's the issues. Where does the immutable borrow happen? Oh, interesting. Fine. Which is why we have the clone. File paths into iter clone. Oh, was it copy? Clone. I thought it was clone. Cloned. Okay. I missed the D there. Oh, okay. Index files is good. All right. So just to review. Oh, wait. What is this? We don't need the await there. Handle rotated wall log. Ooh. We're actually doing a file system operation in here. I don't want to do that though. Maybe we can bump that out. What are we returning? Some result to an option of a path buff. So if the rotation's successful, uh, file. Maybe we should have like a reference to the old, return the old path and the new path. Yeah, where's this called? Ones, okay. All right. But I have to go. So let me make a note in here. Well, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate the camaraderie here. Let's figure out who we're going to raid today. I think we're going to do the same rate as yesterday. Are you? Yeah, have a good day, Xenocron. Everybody, have a happy Wednesday. Next time, y'all. Bye bye.